Today, we are going to rapid fire through 9 of my favorite fantasy books that take place in modern settings, aka urban fantasies. Let's get right into it, starting off with the House of Devils series, aka City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards. This is an urban fantasy that takes place in a magical city. So there's cars, phones, technology, they go to school. So like all of the things that you would think are in a big city, it happens here, except people have magic, there's paranormal beings, all of that fun stuff. As I said, this city is full of supernatural creatures, like our MMC is a Darkslayer. Enough said. Similarly, the Legacy series by Melissa K. Roerich takes place in a fantasy realm that is mirrored after a modern city. So again, all of the technology and things like that are present in this series. However, this is a dark world where the Legacy, aka the Children of the Gods, oppress the Fae and essentially treat them as slaves. Switching it up a little bit, both The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab take place on Earth as it is. However, obviously there's some magical aspects thrown in here. In Addie LaRue, we go back and forth between time periods throughout history and modern day New York City, and in Bury Our Bones, we do the same thing. However, we go back in history and then we come back to present time Boston. So this is taking place on Earth, feels a little bit more like a historical fantasy, but you know. Next up, we have the Summoner's Circle series by S.T. Gibson, and this takes place again on Earth in Boston's underground occult society. So here, the setting is literally Boston as it is right now, except our characters summon demons, practice tarot, astrology, they have deals with the devils, and there's all of that crazy stuff going on here. The Legendborn cycle by Tracy Deonn takes place in modern day North Carolina. However, here we learn that in this version of North Carolina, there are some supernatural and magical things brewing beneath the surface. Here, there is also a demon realm and a secret society that is able to practice magic because they are literally the descendants of King Arthur and the Round Table. If you love Legendborn, then I highly recommend you pick up The Art of Exile by Andrea Max. This is another YA story where FMC goes back and forth between modern day New York City and this utopian society that we don't know about. So again, some of this setting is technically modern Earth. As I said, New York City. However, this utopian society is hidden away. Most humans don't know about it, and it is inhabited by the descendants of exiled Renaissance masters, and basically their proficiency and advancements in science and the arts has created a utopian society where things basically appear like magic. Immortal Dark by Teges Girma also takes place in a modern setting as well, and here our FMC attends an arcane society where legacy families are bounded to house vampires. And the catch here is that our FMC thinks that the vampire bound to her family's house actually kidnapped her sister, so. And finally, we have A Dream of Blood and Magic by Olivia Booth. This also takes place in the modern world, except in this story, we find ourselves in the midst of a centuries-long war between vampires and feuding witches. What other books would you guys add to this list? Let me know in the comments.